Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we are back on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 52 and we're currently over here outside the Mumbo Jumbo, ready to start recording another video. And I've got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I am super excited to start recording this episode. And I know I say that pretty much every single episode, but this time I genuinely mean it, because we're going to be working on a bunch of stuff that I have wanted to work on for a very long time indeed. So hold on to your hats, because it's going to be a good one. But before we begin, few things I just want to mention, okay? I've got a few things on my mind right now, want to get them out there nice and early in the episode, get them out the way so you can hear them, respond to them, and then continue watching the video, because as you guys know, we are approaching 600,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel in a minute. 600,000. Now that is a huge number of people, and I know I mentioned this at the beginning of the previous episode, but I just want to say a massive thank you for the amount of support that we have been receiving on the channel recently. It has been absolutely insane. We have got subscribers flowing in. Hello to all of the new people. It's nice to have you along here. It's just been absolutely brilliant, and I have you guys to thank for that, okay? I really do, because as I said, I do think that you are some of the best subscribers on YouTube. I'm going to stop talking about that now, because what I want to ask you guys, okay? I want to ask you guys, when was it that you subscribed to my YouTube channel? If you haven't subscribed yet, then sorry, I apologise, you can't really participate in this little chat here, but for those of you who have subscribed, if you wouldn't mind heading down to the comment section and letting me know when you did, that would be really very interesting, because I'd love to hear, you know, who's been around for ages, who's just joined in the past few days. It would be cool to get a rough idea of when people started joining the channel. Perhaps you could do it in terms of how many subscribers I had. For example, I subscribed when you had 100 subscribers, or 20,000 subscribers, or 300,000 subscribers. Or you could do it in terms of videos, like I subscribed when 20 Doors came out, or when Armor Stand Jump Scare Device came out. You know, those sorts of things. But as I say, we'd just love to hear when you join. So head down to the comment section and let me know, because that would be really very interesting. But anyway, subscribers and things like that aside, what we're going to be starting off with in today's episode is a very, very micro little project that, well, it's not even a project. I wouldn't even call it a project. It's a task that we need to do on the brewing stand, okay? Because as you guys know, we've got 4 brewing stations, and that means that we can have 4 different sets of potions. So I've done some thinking, and I've decided what potions I want to have. So let's just chuck some item frames down on all of these sections here. I guess we can have it on all the droppers as well. It's a bit odd, actually. Hang on, we've got droppers on that side, but we don't have droppers on this side. I guess that means that we can have 2 extra ingredients on these ones, which might not be particularly necessary, so I might end up removing those. But anyway, in terms of potions, we are going to have speed to start off with, okay? Speed is a good potion. Obviously, it allows you to fly around everywhere, and we'll chuck glowstone on that as well, which means that we have super speed, so we will travel super fast all over the place, and we'll be able to just shoot across Hermitcraft, so that's that. Over here, I guess we should have fire resistance. Now, that is, of course, extremely, extremely important for when you're out in the nether. I'm scared of the nether, and that's because I don't have fire resistance potions. I'm always worried that I'm just going to drop down into the gigantic lava lakes and just burn and die, lose all of my items, probably have to quit playing Hermitcraft at that point, because I would just be so angry. So yeah, that is that one covered as well. The next one is, of course, a potion of night vision. Now, this is something that I've never actually used before. I've never had a night vision potion. Come on, how do we get this in here? There it is. Okay, so as I was saying, potion of night vision is going to be super helpful in the dark, because of course it's dark, you know, I struggle to see. Then on the opposite side, the final potion that we're going to be having is the potion of strength, and that is because, as you guys know, pretty awful at fighting mobs. I can barely kill anything, and more importantly, Biffa is coming round at the minute trying to kill all of the hermits, and I want to be prepared for it. Now, in terms of chucking all the items into the brewing stations, I think what I'm going to do is I will do that throughout the episode. Instead of doing a jump cut and saying, yep, I'm gathering out the resources, and then another jump cut saying, yep, I've gathered the resources, and then now in the brewing station, what I'll do is I'll do it throughout the episode, because here's the deal, okay? As you guys know, it is currently exam season, and I am revising for all of my exams, and that means the time is running relatively low at the minute, which means that I'm going to keep the projects flowing. What I'm going to try and do is just make sure that everything flows, and we keep working on at least something. So what we're going to be doing in today's episode, the main bulk of today's episode, is going to be spent working on the animal farms that I want to create. So I want to create some animal pens coming off in this direction here. So what we'll have is we'll have a raised platform going across like this, and then we'll have animal pens on either side. should end up looking really quite cool, but that does mean that we have got a little bit of clearing to do, and that does mean that we're going to be doing some third-person time-lapsing. So I'm going to grab my camera account, and let's begin. And just like that, we have got ourselves a very large area to work with indeed. This is absolutely perfect. It's the perfect size for building all of these animal pens. So what I thought I'd quickly do is I thought I'd discuss with you some of the ideas I'm actually going to be having for this room. So first off, what we're going to be having in the central area, so going right the way across like this, over to this side, is we're going to have a levitating walkway. So this walkway here that you can see, that's just going to continue on all the way over to this side, and you're going to have space underneath it. For example, where I'm standing here, there won't be any blocks under here, so that's so that you can travel between both sides relatively easily. So that's how that's going to be working. And then on one side, we're going to have cows. On the other side, we're going to have pigs. And on the wall, we are going to be having pixel art of their faces, because everyone loves that, okay? Everyone loves a bit of pixel art. I very rarely do it, so I thought this would be the time. But as you may notice, we need to take out a bit more floor. Yes, unfortunately, the pixel arts, because the faces are 8 by 8, we only had, I think it was 9 blocks. This area is 9 blocks, which means we'd either had 1 block at the top or 1 block at the bottom, which wouldn't look very good. So we're going for 1 block at the top and the bottom to center it, and that should look really quite nice. So anyway, I'm going to continue clearing out this area, then I'll start chucking down some of the blocks for all of our animal pens. You know what, guys? I just give up. I seriously, what is up with this? Creepers, man, they're just attracted to me. Am I wearing my creeper scented underwear? You know, new creeper fragrance that just attracts a lot of them, because they seem to be following me from a mile off and just blowing up. Oh, it's driving me mad. So False Symmetry has just popped over with a relatively interesting request. She's got Biffa's face on, which is a bit worrying, but yeah, she wanted me to kill her. Bit bizarre, but there goes. Okay everyone, so I've got a bit of a development on this large area here. So as you can see in the middle, we have got ourselves a walkway, and I'm going to inform you that it's not going to be staying like this. I hate it, I don't particularly like it. We're going to be getting rid of it. I don't know how much I'm going to be getting rid of, but at the minute I'm not particularly happy with it. Also, we need to light up this place because mobs are spawning left, right and center. Let's see if we can deal with that guy. Oh yeah, that was quite smooth actually. As you guys know, awful at fighting mobs, so that was about as good as they get. But in terms of what we're going to be doing for the walls, you can see I've started the tiniest bit, okay? We've got this tiny section here, and some of you, I would say around about 20% of you right now, will know what I'm going to be doing with this wall. In fact, let's play a little bit of a game, okay? I'm going to start placing some blocks, and you should start to get a rough idea of how this build is going to be looking, right? So we've got the wall, we have got the diorite in the middle, and I'm chucking down some compressed ice down at the bottom. That's going to be a band around the bottom of the build, and then finally we're going to be having the stone slabs off the edge like this. Now you should recognize this pattern from the outside of the Mumbo Jumbo. That's the design that I used. I think it looks really good, and it's something that I'm going to try and keep using throughout my base just because I like the way that it looks and also keeps the theme together. So that is how this room is going to be looking, and of course I'm going to continue that right the way around the room. So I'm going to crack on with that, and then we'll see what it looks like once it's done. So the bottom half of the walls are now complete. I'll just quickly take out those sea lanterns there, and we have got ourselves a nice looking room. I really like the way that this looks. It looks awesome. I love the way that these blocks work together. So like I say, that's definitely something that I'm going to be using more often. But anyway, the next thing that we've got to do is, of course, the top half of the room and also the pixel heart, then the other side of the room. So there's quite a lot left to do. But before we do any of that, what I thought we could quickly do is do a slime block launcher, because I want some way to get back up here, and I was originally considering using ladders, ender pearls, that sort of thing, but I thought slime block launcher would be considerably more fun. So, are we in the middle? It looks like we are around about in the middle. This is going to have to be a 2-wide slime block launcher, and from building XP Crafted's one, I seem to remember that we are going to need to have an 8-tick delay running into this one. So, my pressure plate is on the floor for some reason, so I'll quickly chuck out my torches and see if these can stack somewhere. Yep, that's good. Right, so we're going to need to place a pressure plate down here, and then we'll need some redstone dust underneath that, and we'll need repeaters running into our piston. I guess I could just loop it round a bit like this with redstone dust there, and that will do the job. So there we go, that's it done. That was quite an easy little slime block launcher. Look, if we stand on this, our pistons will eventually extend. Oh no, it's because, and I've fallen foul to this before, if you remember with the 3x3 door, this only gives 1 block of redstone. So that means that we're going to need to run that out into a block just like that. But anyway, good. Okay, that is now working. Right, so now what we have to do is I'm going to have to replace the blocks around it with immovable objects, so droppers, just for the minute. They're very ugly. This is what we're going to roll with for the second. This is a bit of a ghetto setup, because I want to see if we are actually able to make this jump. I don't know, it looks pretty high to me, so let's give it a test. Right, run onto this, and I hit the ceiling. Right, let's give it another go. Second time lucky. Oh, we don't quite make it. Definitely not. We don't quite make that. Yeah, so that means that we're going to have to actually either raise up this or do something else. Oh, that's thrown a bit of a spanner in the works, I have to say. Oh no! No! No, please don't do it. He's going to. Please. And I've got no food. I can't even eat. Where's my food? I can't run an attack and be all agile or anything like that. Oh. Here goes. Go away! Oh. Oh, that scared me. I have definitely built all of this in the middle of a slime chunk, which is a bit of a shame, because that means that we're going to have to deal with slime all of the time. And that horrible noise as well. Slime makes such a disgusting noise. I wish they would change that. But, you know, sometimes you have to deal with these things. But anyway, if we just head over here, you can see I have made just a little bit more progress on the project. Not too much. Nothing too much has changed. We have got most of the top side of our room here. And I'm still in two minds about this. Yeah, see, we had to double up on the diorite. And I don't know if that looks particularly good. But it's okay. You know, it's okay. It looks alright. The room is coming together quite nicely. I've got the sandstone flooring. What I'll then have, if I've actually got the blocks on me, is I'll take out these, and this is where our fence is going to be going. So if I take out all of these blocks here, what I'll do is I'll put birch blocks across the bottom like this, and then on top of these birch blocks, I will be having birchwood fences, just because I think those suit the theme the best, and those will be going across the top like that, and then all of our animals will be in this tiny area here. I know, it's not particularly humane to keep them on a solid floor. They don't even have grass to eat. But it works. It works for me. It looks cool, and it'll be nice to have some animals in the base. And then, of course, pixel art will go here. But all of that is yet to come. We have still got a bunch of work to do, and I've just run out of iron, which is quite a big issue when most of your build relies on iron. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, this side of the room is now all done and dusted. Oh boy. Oh boy, you know how I am, okay? Generally speaking, I'm a bit of a workhorse, okay? I say I'm going to do something, and then I crack on and I just do it, get it all done in the episode. But I have to say, this project has been one of those things. It's just been really frustrating. You know, projects where you always seem to run out of the necessary items, everything seems to take longer than expected. Yeah, it's been one of those days. But I'm having a lot of fun, and of course, we have finished the room now, so I'm very happy with it. That said, there is this side of the room. Okay, we've still got to do all of this a second time. It shouldn't be too bad now because I know what design I'm going to be using. That's a big element. I've gathered up all the resources in theory. Hopefully I have managed to do that, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So yeah, we should be able to fly on through this, but I'm super happy with it. What do you think to it? Let me know down in the comment section. Would love to hear your opinions. Of course, still got to do the pixel art though. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be happy to hear that I decided against doing any form of progress updates, time lapses or anything like that. I decided to just crack straight on with it and get the other side of the room all done and dusted. And here it is! It is completed, and the best news is it only took around about half an hour, which isn't too bad, especially considering the fact that the other side of the room took around about 4, maybe even 5 times that length of time. I know, it's ridiculous. I know, Mum. Okay, you can stop lecturing me now. I realise I play far too much Minecraft. Okay, let's put that behind us because that is done now, and we can now start working on some of the slightly more fun projects. For example, this hilariously fun project of placing in birchwood planks across the top. Yeah, that still needs to be done. That's not so good. But pixel art, finally, the one thing that I've been really looking forward to into today's episode, we are going to start to work on that one. So I'm going to go on Google, I'm going to look at some designs of pigs and cow faces, and then we'll see what we can come up with. First stop for resource gathering, my chests in Hermit Hills. It's been a while since I've been over here, so let's take a look at what sort of wool I have got in my chest, because I do believe I've actually got quite a large amount of it. Oh, that is good. Oh, that's a furnace. I don't know why I picked that up, but that's not too bad. We've got a bunch of brown wool, which I wasn't actually expecting, and we have a little bit of dark grey wool. That's really helpful as well. Yeah. Oh, that is good. Well, I never. Would you look at that? I just took a step back for the first time, and this guy is looking fantastic. How cool is he? That fits in so perfectly with the rest of the room. Let's take a look at it from up at the top here. Let's operate the slime launcher. Yes. Oh, 100%. 1 million times. Yes, that is wicked. Right, so let's try things out on the other side. I'm going to try my best to do the pig. And you know what? I think I'm actually going to try and do this on camera simply because this should, in theory, be a really easy build. Now, first off, that pink is very, very bright, but that's what we're going to be using because we've got no other options in terms of pink in Minecraft particularly. But what we're actually going to do is this one's going to be a little bit 3D, okay? We're going to be getting 3D, got that 3D action going on. So we're going to have the snout or the nose sticking out, and then we'll have black wool on either side. That's incorrect. We'll have our snout in just like this, and then we'll have the rest of it going up like that. And then I think it's just eyes up here because pigs are sort of odd looking things, aren't they? So you've got the eyes right next to the nose. And are they facing outwards? Yes, it does. So they're facing, both of the eyes are facing in opposite directions. Fantastic. And then finally it is just placing blocks right the way up like this with a massive 3-block tall forehead. Can you imagine having a forehead this big? I'd bump into everything. I seriously would. But anyway, here goes. Let's see what the pig is looking like. Yes! Oh, yes! I like that. I like that. Oh, excellent news. I am so glad that this build has come together so nicely. I was a little bit worried that the pixel art was going to contrast too much with the rest of the room. But that has worked a charm. If you're asking me, that really has worked a charm. Looks brilliant. It really does. Let's go back up to the top here. So, of course, we've got pigs on one side and we have got the cow on the other. Happy days. Well, I never. This has been a long day at the office for me. When I say office, I mean bedroom desk. But it's been a long day at the office for me, but I feel like we have achieved something brilliant here. I really do. This is one of the first sort of fun builds that I've done in this base, because of course the rest of it has been quite serious. You know, we've been like, oh, we need to stick to a theme, and I have stuck to the theme today, but it's been all technical and everything like that. This is one of the first times where I've built something that's genuinely made me smile, because it's just a funny looking thing. So there we go. That is it. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.